Shalom. First and foremost, before I get started, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to His due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Chakwadash, and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who were well and who taught us the truth. I don't have an exact title yet. Somewhere along the lines of, cash is in the past. No more legal tender, or something along those lines, or no more legal tender. Cash in the past, something like that. I'll figure it out. But because that's exactly what's happening, man. Cash is being left in the past, and CBDCs, digital, which stands for central bank digital currencies, is on the rise. Or shall I say, a cashless society is on the rise. And like it says right here, it says Pierre Corbin's pays with cash at a cashless Audi. This was 9 months ago, July 31st, 2023. So around, it says 9 months ago. But, Shalakia, as we see, we are closing in on the end, man. We're getting closer and closer to the end of this wicked kingdom, to the end of Esau society. Because at the end, we know that before Yahushai, who the word ignorantly and incorrectly calls Jesus Christ, before Yahushai rises and, saves us from this hellhole, before World War III goes nuclear and America is pelted and decimated by nuclear missiles, this MOTB has to come into fruition. A cashless society has to take place where there is no more cash, but only digital currency, which the digital currency will be placed on the RFID micro C-hip, which I'll show you that right now real quick. Let's see what we can look up. Probably just put it like that. It might pop up. Probably won't. Nope. Microchip implant. We'll put implant. Which is this? Which will go under the skin. Which will go under the skin, and all your currencies, all the currency, the digital currency, the cashless society will be placed on the C-hip, man. Your wallet, your car keys, your house keys, your information, what blood type you are, your social security card, your birth certificate, your health insurance, everything is going to be placed on this C-hip, man. And we're closing in on it. We're closing in on the end. Before we continue on, let's get this in Habakkuk 2, well-known scripture. Salakia. Got a scratchy throat, but this is, where's Habakkuk? Habakkuk 2 in verse 2. We'll get in the NLT. Habakkuk 2 and 2 in the NLT. Then the Lord Yahweh, who the word ignorantly and incorrectly calls God, his name is Yahweh. Then the Lord Yahweh said to me, write my answer plainly on tablets, so that a runner can carry the correct message to others. So that's what we got to do, man. We got to make sure that we are carrying the correct message to others. We got to make sure that we are saying, thus say the Lord Yahweh Shem Yashai, that we're not speaking of our own vain opinions, of our own bellies, but we're speaking of Yahweh Bahashem Yashai, and we're preaching and telling you of things to come, not being false prophets, but being a true prophet of Yahweh Hashem Yashai. And of course, starting with our apostles and elders of Great Millstone on down, because they have been saying this and have not changed the doctrine for decades. They've been doing this for coming up on 40 years, carrying the correct message, man. It says so that a runner can carry the correct message to others. So you got other camps that say that the MOTB, the mark And Revelation 13 and 16 through 18 isn't the sea hip, but it's sleeping with the white woman. It's a picture of Caesar Borgia. It's an embargo. It's this, it's that. But they're all wrong. The MOTB in Revelation 13, 16, and 18 is indeed this bad boy right here. This indeed is the mark of the beast. So, Habakkuk 2 and verse 3 in the NLT. The vision is for a future time. It describes the end, and it will be fulfilled. So we're telling you of a future time, a future place that it is going to happen. And this is that place, man. This world is that place. It's about to happen. It's going to be a worldwide thing. It's not just going to be here and there. No, this is for the whole world. It describes the end, and it will be fulfilled. It's going to happen, whether you want it to or not. No matter how much you try to fight this NWO, no matter how much you try to fight this cashless society, no matter how much you try to fight the MOTB, it is going to happen. And we're seeing it being made manifest before our very eyes, and we're increasingly moving full steam ahead to the NWO. It says, if it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed. And then in the KJV verse 3, it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. This is that appointed time again, man. This is that appointed time. This is that future time that the prophets have been speaking of. This is that appointed time. But at the end, it shall speak and not lie. It's speaking. It's showing itself that we are at the end, that we are at the MOTB. We are right there to where it is going to be implemented. It is going to be mandated. Because if you don't get it, you're going to be an outcast of society. If you don't get it, you're not going to be able to pay rent, your car note, your mortgage. You're not going to be able to buy groceries. You're not going to be able to take care of your family. So if you don't get this CHIP, which is going to be mandated worldwide, which we are moving and rapidly towards, you're going to be an outcast and potentially beheaded, as it says in Revelation 20 and 4. It says, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. It may seem like it's tarrying. It may seem like it's taking time, but it's not. It's increasingly moving forward, man. Full steam ahead. Again, we are at the door. We are at the precipice of this, man. So let's get to this. This is back from 2023, a year ago. Then I'm gonna get you I'm gonna show another clip from I believe the other day, which it's on X, formerly called Twitter. So let's get straight into it again. Piers Corbin pays with cash at a cashless Audi. Just in case, I'm going to turn my sound off. Just in case you can't hear it.
To buy anything. I'm going to buy some strawberries, and I'm offering exactly the right amount of money here on the help desk. So you people take that money, £1.19, and I will take my strawberries outside.
You can't take
you want
that.
to call the police?
You can't take that. Police is on their way. You can't take that. Police is on their way. You can't take that.
I paid by legal tender.
No. Don't break the door. Do not break the door. No, don't touch.
I paid by legal tender, and I am going out with my strawberries. And I'm going to eat them. I'm going to eat my strawberries. I paid by legal tender in this dystopian place.
Yeah, we have no duty to check out.
Okay.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Because you should be able to, spend your eye. One here, go on. You should be able to spend wherever you want. This is an absolute joke.
You want one, mate?
Thank you.
So you seen it, man. He said, I'm paying for my strawberries with my legal tender, which let's just go into that word legal tender real quick. Legal tender. Legal tender, it says coins or banknotes that must be accepted if offered in payment of a debt. So your money, your cash, your coins, that's what would be called a legal tender. My legal tender. And that's what he was saying. He's saying, so there no more legal, it's no more legal tender, man. We're coming to that time where cash is going to be obsolete. No more cash. No more legal tender. Only CBDCs. Only digital currencies. Only the MOTB. This is what we're rapidly moving towards, man. And that was back in, again, July 31st, 2023, somewhere along around that time. See if anybody is disagreeing with this. Because most of the people in the comments, is, agreeing with the guy. People saying, yeah, yada, yada, yada. Absolutely right. Everyone needs to do this. You're not going to be able to fight this, man. They're going to make it to where you don't fight it. Yep. So let's get this and this one. Another clip. This is from let's get a little bit of the article. It says because this was published May 13th, 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. So it says everyone's divided as UK pub refuses to accept cash from customers. It says a pub's refusal to accept cash has sparked a fierce debate on social media about whether businesses can snub notes and coins. So it says a fierce debate has erupted after a woman was told she couldn't pay cash at a pub in Winchester, which we're just going to get into. I just wanted to get it, the baseline for it. And when you go to it, because, they have people who will provide, a little bit of context. Because so right here it says legal tender is a legal term which is only applicable in the context of debt repayment. So they saying that legal tender isn't really going into it doesn't really go into cash and coins, paper dollars. But neither here nor there, potato. Because when people think of legal tender, people think of cash, dollars and coins. So it says all businesses in the UK have the right to choose first off, let's fix that, Mr. Know-It-All. It's not chose. You misspelled that. Anyways, all businesses in the UK have the right to choose a method of payment or refuse your custom. Didn't get that right, buddy. So let's trying to see if there's any comments, but it's not letting me look at the comments. So we'll just get straight into it. Before we do that, let's get a scripture real quick in 2 Corinthians 2:11. 2 Corinthians 2 and verse 11. And it reads, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. We know why he's doing this. We know why he's trying to bring cashless society. We know why he's why they're moving towards CBDC and a cashless society, the NWO. We know why they're doing this. We're not ignorant, as it says in the NLT, so that Satan will not outsmart us. For we are familiar with his evil schemes. We're familiar with his evil schemes. We know all about you, Esau. You are being exposed. The veil is now lifted. You can't hide. We know what you're doing. You can't outsmart us. You can't outsmart the prophets of Yahweh Shem Yahshai. And you even have people who aren't in the know that knows what you're doing. So how much more so, the prophets of the Lord. We know exactly what you're doing, and we know where it's leading to. and we're not going to accept it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahshai. We're not going to accept it. We're not down with it. And we're not going to comply through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahshai. The Lord keep that spirit on us to endure unto the end. That's what the scripture says in Matthew 24. He that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. So Lord willing, the Lord puts the spirit on us to endure into the very end, no matter what type of schemes, no matter what kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? No matter what kind of torments, sufferings, harsh measures, draconian measures Esau is going to bring. Lord willing, the Lord keeps that spirit on us to endure no matter what, because they are going to come down with great wrath. They are going to, come down very forcefully on us, upon the world, because you're going to have people who aren't part of the Israelite, for lack of better terms, community, that aren't going to accept this. It's not just going to be the prophets ain't going to accept this. You're going to have these, these Bible Belt people who aren't going to accept this. They're going to have to come down with great wrath, man. Order out of the chaos. I'm going to bring chaos, and then within the chaos comes order. May shut down the system. An EMP hit. Takes out the economy. Stock markets go to zero. No more cash becomes obsolete, useless. So now, in order to bounce back and to get back to how society used to be, now we have to introduce a new system, which would be the CBDC, the MOTB, which there's so many plethora of ways for this to play out. And it's all of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai and how he wants it to happen. And it will happen. Not of our time, but the Lord's time. Not of our will, but of the Lord's will. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice. Make sure I did not turn that off. Okay, bet. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants. We're rejoicing, man. We're rejoicing because we know that we are at the end. We know that this has to take place, and it's happening before our very eyes. And after this takes place, after this prophecy fulfilled in the other prophecy, World War III, after that comes what? Yahweh Shai. After that comes what? The kingdom of heaven. We're rejoicing because we know that we're at the end. It says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil has come down unto you having great wrath, because they know that he has but a short time. So they're going to come down with great wrath because they want to fulfill their enterprise. They want to fulfill their goals, their aspirations, for lack of better terms. They want to fulfill these things, and they have a short time to do it. So they're going to come down with great wrath very forcefully. And people are going to comply, man. Once start, once families start seeing their children starving, hungry, destitute, looking at them for help, they're going to comply. People are going to comply, but we got to make sure that we are trusting in the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai during these times to come, and not on our oppressors. So let's get this real quick, and we'll get Revelation 13, Lord willing, and end it right there.
Okay, so where are we? We're in Winchester. Yeah. And are you refusing cash? And what's your name?
My name's Izzy, I'm the assistant manager.
Okay, so you're the assistant manager in the pub in Winchester, and you're adamant that you can't take a national currency.
Yes.
Okay, so that's all I've got.
Okay, I'm afraid I can't tell you anything today then, unfortunately.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
Even though I can personally sue you for up to £9,000.
You wouldn't be allowed to operate. We don't accept cash.
You're not allowed to operate. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant.
Okay, well,
you cannot refuse legal tender. You cannot refuse legal tender.
I'm really sorry, no one will be serving
Chris?
today.
Okay, so where are we? We're in Winchester. Yeah, and are you refusing cash?
She said, are you refusing cash? She said, yes, because they have the right to refuse, like I said. Even when you look it up on Google, it says you can't say all businesses in the UK have the right to choose a method of payment and or refuse your custom. So if they don't want to accept it, they ain't got to accept it, man. And then, of course, this is not in the U.S. This is in the U.K., and as well as the other one was somewhere in Europe. As well as when you look at Australian Bank to no longer accept cash. You got this one bank in Australia that is not accepting cash, or they're going to stop. They're going cashless. Let's see if we can look like that. Cash is no longer king, man. Australian bank going cashless. This is from says okay. May 13th. What is today's date? The 14th. So yesterday, May 13th, 2024. Use it or lose it. Aussies spending more than ever on debit and credit cards as cash uses tanks. Let's see. Man, we just read it right here. Well, we'll just get it right here. It says Macquarie Bank has announced it's going cashless as it becomes the first big bank to move to a fully digital model 2 days ago. So you got these banks going cashless, man. No more cash. Cash is no longer king. No more legal tender, man. We're moving cashless. We're moving to the MOTB system. No, this is happening right before our very eyes, and it's a beautiful thing to see. It says cashless fear as date Australia will ditch physical money is revealed. And it's right here. It says Australia to be cashless by 2030. And like we just said, they're going to come down with great wrath because they know that they have a short time. And I can't see them waiting until 2030 to make the whole, just for Australia to go cashless. I can't see it. Can it happen? Could. It says 71% of Australians concerned about shift to cashless. 42 expect cash nostalgia. So this is not in the U.S. It's outside of the U.S. But it's going to come to America very soon, man. As the Lord also says that he's going to shorten the days as well. So it could be 2030, it could be 2024, it could be 2025, it could be 2026, it could be 2040. But we know Lord willing ain't 2040. Lord willing is this year. But we see it happening very soon. We don't see this place lasting much longer. It's on its last leg. You know, they want everything because they have something called the 2030 agenda. 2030 agenda, and they want everything. They don't want to start doing it by 2030. They want it to be fully operational at 2030. So you know you can look it up yourself. You know the 2030 agenda, which is by I believe what the I don't think it's the UNWEF. So you can look that up because they want it in place and fully, you know, like I said, operational by 2030. So they need to start very soon. 6 years away, and even when you look at it like that, 6 years is nothing but a snap of the finger compared to eternity. So we're moving digital, man. And if you don't have your spiritual eyes open, you're gonna fall for the okie doke. just like back in 2020, 2021. Revelation 13 and verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. That mark being the, like we just got earlier to begin the lesson, the micro C hip. The micro C hip, man. If you don't got it, you can't pay nothing. Then once this happens, man, there ain't gonna be no more cash. You can't use cash to, well, I got cash. This is legal tender. I can't use my cash to pay. No, you gotta use your chip, man. Well, I only got cash. Oh, you ain't got the chip? Well, we're gonna have to call the authorities. There ain't gonna be no, yeah, we don't accept it, so we can't do it. No, we gonna have to call the authorities to tell them that you don't have your C hip. That's what's about to happen, man. Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Just isn't going to be, one continent, one country, one state thing. This is going to be a worldwide thing. This is going to happen worldwide, man. And if you're not prepared, you're going to get left in the dust. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the spirit, to the body, and to the fold. And before I end it off, I'd like to give our praise, honor, and glory towards you too. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Chakwadash. And double honors once again to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Until next time, Shalom.